What's going on, guys? Happy Thanksgiving. Jacob and I are going to talk to you guys today about our journey and really the first chapter of it. So, not the entire thing, but just a small part, and talk about what we did when we started, some things that we wish we wouldn't have done, and some things we might have changed looking back at it to maybe speed things up and to get our business on the right track to success faster. So, you want to start out and just kind of talk about how it all started and
Yeah, so I was in college and I was basically not sure what I wanted to do. And I decided to start looking online for ways to make money. And I started getting hit by ads of people basically selling courses. And this guy named Ivan Godzi was doing a course on how to start an SMMA, social media marketing agency. And so I ended up buying it with the money that I got from my grandpa for Christmas. It was $1,000, all the money I had. And before I bought it, I watched a bunch of testimonials from his clients that had success or students. And I just thought, like, I think I could probably do this. And it looks like social media marketing or Facebook ads, there's like something there. There's something there to help businesses out a lot. So I bought it, started going through this course and thought it was awesome. And I told Michael about it and was like, dude, we should think about starting a business doing this. And he basically was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. He started thinking it made sense. And so we started digging into this course in about October, I think, like the end of October of 2018. And we started going through it. But what we realized is that it didn't have any information on how to actually get your clients results. It literally had nothing to do with how to like set up ads or anything like that. All it
really
really
had nothing to do. Like, I feel like the only thing it had was cold calling, like maybe a few organic outreach things, and really it was just kind of describing the business model, like kind of like the idea, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was in my opinion a horrible course.
It was
Um,
dog shit.
but that's what you're gonna get when you, for the most part, when you spend $1,000 or whatever on a course, you're not gonna. You can get a lot out of it, I'm sure, but in my opinion, this course was not the right course for us, considering where we were at. So
No, I
we
think that's a
started
pretty
going.
good topic to start with.
What?
I say that's because that's a pretty good start. I mean, we could also talk about how we got. I mean, we started Jordan Schumacher's course, but
Yeah, well, so we went through his course and basically realized we don't know how to get results for our clients. So we decided we don't want to start reaching out to businesses because we don't even know what we're doing. So we started looking for other ways to learn how to run ads. And so we found another course which did that. A guy named Jordan Schumacher had a free course on YouTube where he was showing people for free how to create Facebook ads for businesses, like local brick and mortar businesses and even internet-based businesses, e-commerce businesses. So we decided we would go through that, and he was releasing them staggered. So it wasn't like he released a course all at once that we could consume. He was releasing it over the course of like maybe October 2018 to like March of 2019. So we decided that we would wait to reach out to businesses until we went through his entire course, assuming we would know exactly what to do once we finished going through his course. But yeah, I think it is a good topic to talk about because you can get kind of addicted to courses and learning and knowledge and avoid action, taking action and actually trying to reach out to businesses to start building up your book of business or start acquiring clients. So Michael and I kind of got into that habit of just learning, learning, learning. And you think that you're doing the right thing, but ultimately you're really not, because the sooner you get someone to work with, a business to work with, a client, the sooner you're going to be able to learn how to get results. So, the best teacher, in my opinion, is experience, not reading a book and taking notes. You really need to get actual experience to understand what you did and what process you went through and what creative process you went through to understand the result you got. And then you can learn from that, whether it did good or bad, and then alter it based off the result to try and get an even better result the next time. So the sooner you get a client, the better off you are, in my opinion. And the sooner that you pick just one type of business to work with, a niche, people call it niching down, the better off you'll be.
Yep. I mean, that's a good point. To go back on that, he was in college and I was in college at a different university. And I mean, I didn't have any idea what I wanted to do, and he didn't either. And then he got this course and we're like, let's do it. And that's when we definitely messed up. As we got the course, which was great, we probably didn't do as much research as we should have done on the course initially to see what it was going to provide as far as value and what to do. And we ended up, didn't really do a benefit. Like he was saying, you're not going to really learn until you get experience, which is the best. That's the best way to learn. So,
but had it not have been for that course, I don't think this would have happened, honestly, because I don't think I would have bought it. If I hadn't bought that course, I think I would have just been like,
yeah, I know. No, absolutely. But
the thing about it
didn't really teach us anything.
Yeah, but it was a big investment at the time for me, to where it was like, well, I just spent $1,000, need to somehow get something out of this, even though it really didn't. It was just not that good.
No, it wasn't good, but it definitely sparked a good idea to do. Yeah. But it really didn't provide anything. It provided some stuff for us to do, but it really didn't help as far as getting results. The other thing was just, picking a niche. I'm pretty sure that course talked about that, but that's so important. You look at just all the most successful business owners. In our case, Alex Hormozi, he's just working with gyms. You look at, even further, Bill Gates, he's always been in Microsoft and just that tech side with computers. It's not like he's trying to do anything else besides that, just because he's so experienced and he knows it so well, to where it's just an unfair advantage to anyone that he's going to compete with. So that's the most important thing. That's probably the first part of the journey. Just we bought a few courses and one was free, and we learned a bunch of shit that didn't apply to it did apply to what we were doing, but we didn't take any action. Yeah. That's the biggest mistake we probably made.
What we should have probably done is just started reaching out to businesses like we did in March and tried to get a client as soon as possible.
That's exactly what we should. That's exactly.
Pick a niche and make sure you're set on that niche, because if you get a client in one niche, and you get a client in a totally different niche, it's completely different. Typically, the offer that converts the best or gets them the best results or enables you to get leads the best, but then the leads that actually convert. So, you want to just stay in one niche, because then you can basically replicate the process over and over again and continue to get better and better and better, improving your service and your skill set in that specific niche. And then you become specialized in that niche, and then you become very knowledgeable about how to get that niche results. So if you're doing it with two niches and you're like, oh, this is a great opportunity, there's so many gyms and then there's so many chiropractors, I'm going to be able to work with twice the amount of people. In reality, you're going to slow the process of acquiring clients down, and you're going to slow the process of acquiring the knowledge and the skill set down, because you're now having to focus on, how do I acquire these two clients? They're in two different niches. And how do I get these two different clients results?
Completely two different dream customers. They're completely different. So they're going to be two completely different ways to get them as far as the message is concerned. But when you're starting too, a lot of people say pick a niche, obviously, but there's so much opportunity in any niche. We work in the gym niche, and I would say that's by far the most quote unquote saturated niche. But at the same time, we know there's not every gym has worked with a marketing agency. There's no way in hell in the United States.
That have worked with marketing agencies that have gotten terrible results.
Exactly.
Honestly, that's it's an ongoing thing.
It's an ongoing thing. It's not like people are going to go with a company for 10 years. Like people are going to use someone for maybe 3 to 6 months, be like, got good results, going to try someone else out.
It's just probably the average lifetime, and you can be the best. You could be the absolute best, but if the client doesn't do their part, they're not going to get a good result. So,
yep.
You know,
it's a partnership. Like it really is. Like it has to be a team effort. That's the biggest thing that we probably didn't realize at the start either is, hey, we're getting them all these appointments, but what's going on? Why are they not converting? And then we learned about that later on, but I'd say that's a good little first snapshot of what we were probably from September of 2018 to like February of 2019 when we were starting.
Yeah. Yeah. And you also want to avoid getting like shiny object syndrome, because we ended up thinking it would be smart to try and do like chatbots and just basically drop the idea of doing Facebook ads and thought, oh, we can do these chatbots. This makes a lot of sense. Shiny object syndrome is just basically there's so many different ways to make money and they all are appealing, but at the end of the day, you can't do all of them at the same time. Maybe you could do all of them over the course of like a long time. I would not recommend it. I'd recommend
once you like get experience in one area, then you can maybe incorporate another way to get leads through like chatbots or what, like, but like your main focus should be.
Yeah, but your goal should be to become one of the best in your niche at getting the result. And how many athletes are pros in 2 sports? Like the absolute best.
We saw Mike Jordan. That didn't work, did it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, I think it's that simple. Just think about it like that. How many athletes are professionals in 2 or 3 sports? If you really want to make a successful business and help people out a lot and make a lot of money in return, you're going to have to be very good at what you do. And to get very good at what you do, you need to become a specialist in that one area. It's like you have a doctor who just helps people out with generic problems, but then you have a brain surgeon who only operates on the brain. He is a specialist on the brain and doing surgery on the brain. And he gets compensated significantly more because, number one, there's very few brain surgeons compared to doctors. There's way more doctors because it's a lot easier to become a doctor than it is to become a brain surgeon, because you have to specialize in that. You have to go all in just on the brain and just on surgery of the brain. So it's a very specialized thing. So if you're just running ads for a gym, that's pretty generic. But if you're running ads for a gym, following up with their leads, booking their appointments, and showing them how to sell the leads that you get them and providing consulting, now you're an expert. You're a specialist. You're completely different than somebody who generates leads for a gym or any other business, and that's it. Now you can get them a significantly better result, and you're going to be able to get compensated significantly better than you would if you were just generating
more value, more you can charge, more you make your clients, the more that you can make as a business. I mean, it's a great analogy. It's like you don't ever see any professional athlete play 2 sports because they have to focus on one to become the best at that one.
And it doesn't just end. It's not like
it never ends because you got to keep adapting and getting better and better and better and better and better. It just literally never ends. Never ending process. Like, especially with marketing, dude, because we're in a technology space and things change. Like Facebook changes, the algorithm, there's new softwares to use to make our service better. Like, it's seriously constant. Like, it's so quick. Like, we've used 2 softwares in a matter of a year and a half for our business for lead nurturing. Now, I feel like that's crazy. Like, that's so quick,
And also with the marketing thing, you might think that you have it like figured out, and then, for example, like COVID happened and you had to change the way you did stuff completely to get your clients' results. So, I mean, it's just constantly changing no matter what.
Constantly changing. And our point was when you're in 2 niches, it's literally double difficult, and you're going to not grow too fast.
We haven't seen anyone, and we've seen a lot of people, and I don't know of anyone that has a 7-figure agency in 2 separate niches except for like Joel. They have that one situation, but
but it's not actually. He's not the one that's doing it.
they're in a situation that no one that's starting out will be in, where they've already done it before and they have the resources to invest in an acquisition team, a marketing team. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's
have the resources to really do that, but still doesn't really make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
A whole bunch of other stuff, and
I mean, yeah, they can scale quick, but they're not going to go past a threshold because it just takes knowing the niche so well.
Yeah.
You have to know it so well to really become that expert in the niche.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, like we were talking about, it's like with advertising, like, yeah, you think you have it down, but think about how many other medias there are besides Facebook to generate leads on. You can do YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram. Like, there's so many other ones that you can try to master as well to get your clients better results and more leads. It doesn't just end there. Like, there's just other opportunities to benefit your business and your service and your product to get a better result.
Yeah. I would say the biggest thing is to just be disciplined and pick a niche, start reaching out to businesses right out the bat, and try to acquire clients and customers, because without that, you're not going to be able to get experience to actually learn. And that's where you're going to learn. And just be really disciplined and stick in and start reaching out to businesses, and don't get shiny objects in there. There's so many ways you can make money, but you need to pick one way. And Michael was just talking about you can do Facebook. You just need to pick one when it comes to that to get your client results, because all of them ultimately have enough people on it to market to get your client results. You just need to pick one fucking medium that you're going to market on for your clients, one niche, and decide to start reaching out to businesses.
Yeah, you can figure out the rest of it. You have to have clients to actually figure it out. If you can figure out how to get people on the phone and get clients, you're going to be in business quick. But I think that's a pretty good start for the first couple months there. Yeah, guys, I think that's it. Happy Thanksgiving with 11/26/2020, third video. We actually recorded our entire journey. We actually did this video before, and it took an hour and 15 minutes, and the video got lost. So we're breaking it up and redoing the whole thing.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this is that we're going to be able to go through what we did and then really talk about in each section what we could have done differently and what we could have done right. Because I think with that first part, we didn't do anything right. Except
no, I didn't do shit right. Literally what he said. You just need to start reaching out.
That you could make, except for giving up. We didn't give up. No. But we made all of the mistakes that most people starting out make, and it cost us half a year.
It literally cost us so much time. We didn't do anything right. Like he said, pick a niche, start getting appointments and trying to get them sold. Then you can figure out or go to someone that's already got results in that niche to help you get results. And then you're literally in business. Just figure out how to get people to get on the phone with them to try to sell them in your program, and you'll be more than okay. That was our biggest thing that we were starting. We did start. We had we had a problem with that, which we'll talk about in the future. But it's not like we had that down by any means at the start.
Yeah. You just got to focus on one niche. Do Facebook ads, because it's very easy once you get the hang of it, and it's going to get very good results because there's so many people on it. And start reaching out to businesses. It's seriously that simple.
It's seriously that simple. Like, please do not do what we did. If you do, we're gonna be pissed because
a niche is too saturated. Kind of like what we were talking about. It's not.
It's not. There's 40,000 gym owners. There's 50,000 chiropractors. Like, you're telling me that there's one marketing agency that works with all 50,000? Like, it's like a marketing agency might work with like 200.
Why is Walmart, Kroger, Target, Amazon, Sears, Costco, why are they're all in a market that is extremely saturated? They offer things that every human could purchase, that they should purchase. They offer necessities and commodities, things that humans need to survive, and they're all extremely successful because they found a little spot in the marketplace that they could exploit, and they freaking exploited it. And they went all in and scaled.
Just like technology too, man. I mean, all the different TV brands, there's probably like fucking 50 of them.
Yeah. Initially too saturated.
It's
It's just not a thing.
never a thing. Don't ever think that.
Yeah, is not valid.
No,
It really isn't.
it's not valid. It's not an excuse. Don't make it an excuse.
Yeah.
But I think that was pretty good.
I think that was really good.
JP's got to go pick up his brother, and it's Thanksgiving, so we're going to hop out of here. But we'll see you guys in the next video.
Guys.
See ya.